While Cortney Larson says her son was abused in his pre-K classroom, that the school knew it was happening and did not protect him. For Cortney Larson, her son's first year at school was great until it wasn't, until everything, her life and his, changed. The 3-year-old was nonverbal, had developmental delays, placed into a special needs classroom at Sandra Thompson Elementary School. Halfway through the year, she got a call. Her son's teacher, Olszewski, had lost her control and hit him.
I've lost faith in the system in every shape and form of the word. It's awful.
Her mind raced. His behavior had changed. She remembered all those days he came home with scratches or bruises. One time she asked the teacher in email what happened. Her son was racing to the bus, the teacher said, got into a fight with another 3-year-old. Her son could never tell her what really happened, but other teachers could. They told school administrators.
Hi, calling from school police.
When school police investigated, other staff claimed the teacher had abused her disabled pre-K students on a regular basis. Attorneys for Cortney gave us this body camera video from CCSD police where they interviewed the teacher, Melissa, who said she had done what she called tapping, physically touching students at times.
Somebody could potentially see that as, oh, okay. And has anybody ever addressed to you saying that they don't agree with what you're doing, they don't that they want you to, maybe you're hitting them too hard, and that was the Jody?
Yeah, and I don't feel like it's hitting at all.
Okay.
I'm firm on that.
Despite what staff told police they knew was common, no one told Cortney her son was being abused.
You're that good at lying. You've been doing this for a long time, and you know what the stories are, right? You know what to say to a parent or a mother, whoever, to get them to just kind of back off and not question it.
If that made her lose a little faith in the people meant to protect her kid, Melissa Olszewski was arrested, charged with 6 counts of child abuse, but pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct. Melissa and her son have moved out of state to get him to a better school district. Now they're filing a lawsuit after finding out that despite a teacher being charged with abusing students, CCSD reported to the State Department of Education that no staff at Sandra Thompson had ever violated a student's rights.
Fortunate part I think about this is that a lot of parents don't come forward, and a lot of parents don't fight, and they don't, because they're afraid. CCSD is not my fear. My child and his well-being is what my concern is.
And it's not frustration that comes from COVID. It is just frustration of continuing to see poor results for our children.
Dr. Sylvia Lazos is a public school education advocate who also works closely with the Nevada Immigrant Coalition. Nevada consistently ranks near the bottom when it comes to K-12 public education, and she says something needs to be done.
What does it mean when CCSD is number 49? It means that your child is not learning at the rate and the things that that child should be learning.
Some of the numbers agree. Recent documents from CCSD show graduation rates went from 85.2% in the 2017-2018 school year to 80.9% in the 2020-2021 school year. Over the last few weeks, you, the viewers, sent your thoughts after Crisis in the Classroom discussed this issue of breaking up the district with state and local lawmakers. One email from Channel 3 viewer Therese said breaking up the district can be done slowly, starting with Henderson and then North Las Vegas, eventually breaking off more cities into new districts. Another viewer, who wants to remain anonymous, said that breaking up the district is not a bad idea, but is concerned about equity. Lazos agrees.
I do think that the precondition to thinking about breakup has to be equitable funding.
She says that there are already groups that struggle in the district that need more attention and resources.
No child in Clark County gets what they need. Who gets the least resources? I'm going to start with IEP children. And who gets the next least misery are probably going to be our segregated children that live in poverty communities. There's just so much need there, and I've heard teachers talk about the school sometimes as a gaping wound. There's so much need there that we don't address. I don't think that our immigrant children have gotten sufficient support.
CCSD papers show that 65% of IEP students or students with special needs graduated in the 2020-2021 school year. That's in comparison to 80% of students overall graduating in the district. Second lowest graduating rates were students with limited English proficiency at 70%, Black and African American students at about 72%, and American Indian students at 77%. So what are some of the things Dr. Lazos believes need to be considered if the district is broken up? For one, how to distribute funds.
We cannot take the same pie and divide it 3 or 4 ways.
Lazos says some groups will need more resources and then cost.
All the cost studies have said it's probably $1 billion minimum to be able to have true equity throughout the valley and through, in particular, right, because we're talking about Nevada, Southern Nevada.
And what the breakup would look like physically.
We need to really focus on making sure that we don't have cookie cutter districts, because then we're just going to do some more of the thing that we've been doing wrong all along.
That I'm going to be having my grandson take his mask off at school just in case it has another surge, and then we're right back to square one again.
And parents and students weighing in on the decision to end the mask requirement in our schools and other public places. We're going to give you a variety of opinions tonight. That's okay. Good evening, everyone. Glad you're with us. I'm Jim Snyder.
And I'm Marie Mortera. We've seen masks set off discussion before at Clark County School Board meetings. Katie Munch was there tonight. And Kay, this meeting and the mask reaction, what's different?
That's right. Many parents, teachers, and students brought up the mask mandate during tonight's meeting. But during the public comments, it was pretty much split. Some people were very happy that the mask mandate will be coming to an end at schools tomorrow, while the other half expressed that they were very upset. The mask mandate is a topic that caused explosive fights between parents and CCSD board members. But there was a change today.
Now is the appropriate time for me to announce that Nevada will rescind our mask mandate, effective immediately.
Following Governor Steve Sisolak's announcement to drop the mask mandate, Clark County School District followed suit. In a statement that reads in part, beginning at the end of the school day today, February 10th, 2022, masks will no longer be required on CCSD campuses, schools, or facilities, but will remain required on school buses. During tonight's school board meeting, several people from the community, including parents, teachers, and students, showed up to share their concerns about the mask mandate.
I think it could be helpful. However, just with the Omicron variant coming back and that Delta variant coming back as quick as it did, I don't think that I'm going to be having my grandson take his mask off at school just in case it has another surge.
I think that we should choose whether or not we want to wear the mask. From staff at my school, when I take off my mask, the staff comment on me.
Officials from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have called the moves to lift mask mandates and other precautions premature.
I feel disappointed that I am being taught science, but then the decisions affecting me and my fellow students are not really reflecting scientific knowledge. Masks are proven to be highly effective in stopping coronavirus.
But Governor Steve Sisolak feels it's the right time since coronavirus positivity rates are trending downward and hospitals are no longer overwhelmed.
Right now, I think this is a major step moving forward for people. I think that students and parents have been clamoring for this for a long time. Our businesses have been asking for this. Our population has, and like I say, in consultation with my team and our medical professionals, I think it's the appropriate time.